Tell me, how does it feel to think Lancashire coach? How does it sort of sound to have that job on a permanent basis?
Obviously thrilled, honoured to be in this role. Obviously had a good go in the summer. Knew what it was about, and but yeah, when I got the call, really proud and honoured to be given this role.
Yeah, was you determined to sort of get it after having a bit of a taste of what it was like?
Yeah, I obviously wanted it. Like I said, having a taste of it throughout the summer. Thought we did a really good job, but obviously there was still something in the back of your mind. You can't really put your name on that seat just as of yet. But yeah, really honoured and pleased to get the call from the club, and obviously thankful that they went with me, and hope to repay them on the field.
I know we spoke just over 12 months ago when you was taking steps into full-time coaching. Could you imagine just how it's accelerated for yourself?
No, not really, not this quickly, to be honest. It's something that maybe sort of back of your mind, if the stars aligned and you're in dreamland a little bit, but yeah, not something that would come around this quickly. Obviously, I put some steps towards all my coaching throughout my playing sort of last 12 years or so. Yeah, but even so, it probably came a little bit sooner than I ever thought.
Are you the kind of character that sort of relishes being chucked in at the deep end, sort of learning on the job at times?
Yeah, a little bit, I suppose. I think that's the one of the ways you can learn as well. And I think what happened in the summer as well. I was getting the call 2 days before the T20 comp started. But yeah, it's time. Well, there wasn't that time to overthink things, and obviously the prep wise wasn't there too much, which I can hopefully get this winter. But yeah, it was great just to be chucked in and think on your feet, which sort of character I am. And when I was captain as well, I'd sort of go with that gut feel and get a feel from the boys and feel from what feels right at the time.
Yeah, does it make it easier to start off just not pressure on your shoulder, you sort of just going, doing your gut feel and doing what's right? Yeah,
and I think not just through cricket, that's the way I live really. Just, if it feels right, go with it and back yourself, knowing that there are going to be little mistakes along the way, and sort of try to instill that into the lads in the summer that I certainly haven't got all the answers. If there's something up with them, obviously we want to have cricketers go on there and make their own choices, but we're here to back them up. But sometimes you haven't got all the answers, and I'm happy with that at times.
It's not too bad going 1 year into full-time coaching. Obviously you landed what I imagine would have been a dream job for yourself.
Yeah, obviously, like I say, it's come a lot quicker than I thought, and I thought you might have to sort of do my time a little bit more in the second team or assistant, but yeah, thankfully it's come quite soon. But obviously I would say it won't be threats with that, but I feel like I'm well prepared for it from the sort of last sort of 12 years coaching in the winter and stuff with England Lions and Young Lions, and been away to New Zealand and got some experience out there coaching. So I do feel prepped for it, and almost in a way it has come quick, but still feel prepared.
Of course, you know what it's like to work with young players and sort of offer guidance to them. What's it been like working with some of the older players, obviously like Sir Jimmy's and other people like that who you've played with very recently?
Yeah, I think that's a tricky one at times. Really, obviously, they're probably my better mates in the side, but I think that does make it a tougher conversation at times. But I think even the sort of first week when I was sort of in post, trying to get those conversations out of the way of, yes, we played together and we're good mates, but sometimes those calls might have to be made. And yeah, not so much Jimmy on his form, maybe more his fitness and just looking after himself. I don't think he'd drop out of many sides for form related issues. But yeah, those conversations sometimes are tricky, but I think getting them out of the way early obviously puts you in good stead for the future.
I suppose it's pros and cons. Obviously, pro is you've got friends in the changing room already who sort of will back you. Cons are you could lose Christmas cards if you made too many tough decisions.
Yeah, and I felt like as a player as well, and always took those decisions that the coach made. I thought if that's what's best for the team, it is what it is. Don't kick up too much of a fuss and look almost internally rather than around me about what's another player doing. Trying to get that through to the lads as well. Whatever side we pick, we're hopefully making that's the choice for what's best for the team. So yeah, there are tough conversations to be had at times, but I think if it comes from a great, honest place, it puts you in a better step.
Are you looking at your own playing career this off-season and thinking what suited me best, what sort of worked for me, and sort of implementing that with the lads?
Slightly, in a way. I think everyone is different and trying to cater for that. I feel one of my main reasons is being here is to be there for the lads. So it's whatever they need. Yes, I want a whole squad of independent cricketers because they're the ones that go out there and we can't hold their hands in the middle and they have decisions to make while they're out in the middle. So I'll always be here and cater for every individual. But yeah, obviously I think every coach and player has their preferences. But yeah, I'll always be here to give them whatever they need. But ultimately I want them to go out there and be their own people.
Obviously got some grueling challenges during the winter. As a coach, do you take part in that, or are you just going to take a step back and sort of watch the players suffer like you used to?
A little bit of both. If the football comes out, I'll get involved. But yeah, we'll do some stuff like the regular. We'll go up to Rivington, which I'll be involved in, and yeah, maybe the track days. I'll do some planning that day. But yeah, I think it's still an important part of the winter. I think we can just get obsessed with bat and ball skills, but I think working on the fitness, that resilience, and it's a great time to sort of work on that club culture in the winter and get together. It's a tough time of the year. It's dark, it's wet usually, but yeah, I think you get some real characters out of that.
I know it's no cricket's being played, but is it a time where it can be won or lost? Because obviously you get everything right, you get everything in place, your culture and obviously fitness and everything else. Yeah,
and I think you want to plan best as possible. But I think even in my sort of 3 or 4 months in the summer, things pop up. Obviously, players can come and go, and fitness of players. So I think you try and plan as best as possible, but knowing that there are going to be a few hurdles in the summer and being prepared for that. I know it's not all going to run smoothly. If it did, there'd be probably something wrong. But yeah, I think prepping for all situations, but I think trying to get all the heavy bulk of stuff done in the winter to make that summer a bit easier, because we know it. Once you get on the county ground, it goes really quick.
How frustrating has the last few years been, that slide in Division 2, and then obviously the struggles the club had at the beginning of last season?
Yeah, obviously very frustrating. As a player, as a coach, as a Lancs fan, really, you want to be competing for the championship, and obviously don't want to be in Division 2, but the table doesn't lie, and we're down there for a reason. So yeah, we need to hit back and get back in Division 1, and we can't just say we're a big club, we deserve to be in there. It's your results that will get you into Division 1, and we haven't had those results over the last 2 years. So hopefully we can start in April to build up to getting in that Division 1 and then competing for the championship.
Does the club and yourself as coach have anything required to sort of push on every front, obviously push in Division 2, trying to get promoted, and then the other formats as well?
Yeah, I think we're well catered for from a ground and personnel point of view, and I think at times as well, not leaning on that too much. I think we get very spoiled at times as cricketers, especially at this venue. But yeah, I think even if you took some of that away, we still should be getting better results, and even backed ourselves on finals day, missing 6, 7, 8 players. I still thought we had enough to lift that trophy on the day, and yeah, I think there's a lot of talent in this group and the whole club underneath us as well to get that success in the future. And yeah, part of my job and the coach's job is making sure they get out on the field, they can play the way they want to play, and strip that fear of failure and just go out and do their thing.
You touched on obviously Lancashire's a big name, but is it about obviously sport? It doesn't matter what your name is, it's about how you perform out there. So is that the key thing, that you do go out and compete to the highest level, individual as a team, to highest ceiling possible?
Yeah, exactly. I think the T20s, from a win percentage point of view, we're really good, probably one of the best in the country, or maybe the world. But I think that longer format, where we have to do it for longer, whether that's our basics or being a bit more ruthless, those are the things we do have to work on. I think the white ball is going in the right direction, and the red ball, we've been had our peaks and troughs over the last couple of years, and we want to be trending the right way, which I felt we did get that second half of the season. The odd blip here or there, but I think that's going to happen over a long season. But like I said, hopefully get that red ball trending in the right direction.
Yeah, how pleased were you with the improvements you did see, obviously T20 and then obviously the county championship as well? There were improvements first, so was that satisfying to see that sort of slow progression?
Yeah, I think on two fronts really, to get the results we deserved, but I think the way the lads sort of adapted to a bit of change coming in myself, I thought they took it on really well. Never easy changing sort of coaches mid-season, but I thought the lads really adapted, got on board straight away, and then to get results as well on the field was sort of doubly pleasing as well. So hopefully we pick up where we left off last summer and hopefully have a good start.
Back in May, he was back at Bloomfield Road, someone you know very well, playing the Legends game. There was quite a few coaches on the two teams. Did you share notes with obviously coaches from other sports, including obviously the new Blackpool boss, Ian Everett?
Yeah, I've spoke to him over the last few years really, and went into actual Burnley Football Club last week, and actually had a good hour and a half with Scott Parker. And I think coaching over different disciplines, different sports, I don't think it's too dissimilar at times. I think putting that player first, and I think I've had my time in the sun as a player and now I'm a coach, and I'm there to provide for what's in front of me. So I think, speaking to other coaches, it seems a similar theme. I think being there for your players and creating an environment that works for what's in front of you. I think you'll always have preferences on how to coach, but I think sometimes that's player dependent. What's in front of you, can I adapt to them, and vice versa at times a little bit for them to adapt to me. But yeah, got some great experience even over the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks from a few different sports and different courses. It's pretty much the same really. That I think the lads and the people they come first, and getting that side of things right. And I think they'll always have the capabilities on the field, and those bat and ball skills will always be high. But I think trying to get a little stuff out of them as well is just as important.
A good year for Lancashire, and hopefully Blackpool will be up under Ian Everett. That'd be a nice 2026 for you, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. I did that. Actually spoke to him last week, congratulating him, and then I got the call the next day, announced as head coach. So we had a bit. We said we can job swap at times if it gets a bit too much. But yeah, I know he's a cricket fan. I'm a football fan, and I'll be watching closely.
I've been intrigued to see you in the dugout at Bloomfield Road.
Maybe hopefully on the pitch. Hopefully ends up better than last time than popping both calves.